Hello, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda, this is Beyond Brass. I make junk journals and do paper crafting. Today I have a whole bunch of envelopes on my desk, primarily red and green, because those are Christmas colors. So I'm taking part in Rach and Bella's A Crafter's Christmas Hop. My video is at the end of the month on, I think, the 29th of November or something like that. But what I'm going to do is create one of those Flippy Flappy envelope journals in the meantime, and I'm going to decorate it with some of the papers from Rach and Bella's kit. I have some of the collage papers, or like she does collage papers, so I have some of those. This is one of the kit pages. I thought that the Rudolph would be really nice on one of them. Bella used this on hers, and I just was like, oh, he's so cute. So these are some of the pages that I printed out to possibly use. What I am thinking I will do is start with one of these gold ones. And I was actually surprised to find these in my stash because I thought I used them all last year. I never seem to remember exactly how to do these. I find they're not complicated. Truly, they're not complicated. But I seem in my head to make them very complicated. And I'm not sure exactly why I do that. Realistically, all they do is just kind of like flap and fold. I think part of my reason that they don't work is I don't want, like, this is the most logical way to do it, is to put it over like that, but I don't like this. So what I think I'll do is when I put those on the back, these will be spots where I do collaging. And this is going to be another thing that I do for my birthday month giveaway. If you're watching this video, which I hope you are, I did a video earlier in the week, and I know nobody saw it, because it only went out to actually under 1,000 people, so only 20 people actually saw the video. But I'm doing a giveaway for my birthday month, and I'm going to give away a bunch of finished tags and little bits of ephemera that I've been collecting for a very long time. I did a video where I completed a tag. Not that one, this one. I completed that one. But most likely you didn't see it because nobody saw it. I'll link it down below if you want to see it. And instructions for entering the draw are, well, it's not a draw. It's like, I'll be giving away a whole bunch of stuff because I have way too many tags. Like, way too many tags. Now, if I do that like so, that would not be a flip. That would be something completely different. Again, if I do it like that, that's not a flip. But I really like this in there. I do. This may be the only one of these silvery gold ones. It's like the champagne ones that I have left. I have some darker big silver ones. When you do it, if you have like multiple size envelopes, and this is one of the things that keeps tripping me up, is envelopes of like size need to go together, and smaller envelopes need to come off them. So like if I do a big envelope like so, I need to put a smaller envelope on top of it, like so, in order, because this one doesn't, like if I tried to do it the other way and put the big envelope to close into the small envelope, it's going to bunch up, like it won't work. If I used this as here and then tried to put this on here and close it this way, you can see it's not going to work. And then no matter what I do, this is not, it's not going to be a thing. But I could do it so it went the other way, as long as I don't have it here. You could put this here, but you can't put anything on this envelope that's bigger than this envelope and expect it to shut this way. I learned that by accident last year when I kept trying to put smaller things on bigger things and close the bigger things, and then I was like, why won't that shut? And I think if I'm going to put red, the gold and red do go together. The silver and red go together. And the champagne and red go together. I really like that one. So what I can do is I can go like this, and then like this, so that this kind of becomes like a cover thing, so that it opens this way, and this way, and then whatever else. Then I can put this inside of here, like so, and then go elsewhere that way. And before I glue things, I'm just going to kind of lay them the way I think that they could go. So if I do something like this where I put that inside of there, which will definitely work, I can definitely do that, like so. What I would do is trim this or fold it back like so. Probably trim it. So I can put this on here so it comes above, or I can put it below. If I put it below here, then I can't come this way. Now I should be able to, this is what I meant about the bigger. So this bigger one cannot go on the smaller one and come inside here. Whatever comes inside here, if I use this, has to be no bigger than this envelope. So it could be like, no, see, even this one's too big. And if I did that, you see how it hangs out. And then if you do something like that, it's like your journal migrates to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So you kind of want to keep each envelope the same size as the envelope previous. What I could do is I could put this one here, like so, because it's a bigger envelope. And then that allows me to not put that like so, because again, too big. And I don't want to do that either because it gets too big. So that would work. But just pretend this is still on here. That would go in there really nicely. I like that. And then I wonder if I've got a silver one that size. We know that this one will fit in there because it's the same as the other one. That doesn't flop, though. Give me a minute. Righto. So all I did was flip it over. So instead of entry here and entry on this side, just flipped it over so the entry is on this side. So then if I put a like size slipped in there like so, it does look as if it's the same, but I can add more going that way, or I can straight up stick it on like so, which I think might be an option. I'm going to put this little red one off to the side because I can add it later. Okay, so that flaps like that flaps like that, and then this would flap like this, and those are the same. That one's a bit smaller. So then this would come here like so. And then that can go like so. And that can go like so. So those would all be like so. That would be my front. I think I've got the two flaps going inside one another. I think what I need to do is just glue the flap like that. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. And then let's add one of these. These are eco-dyed with oak leaves from out in the back behind me. I'm going to put it in that, like so. That will work. And then I don't want to cover the eco dye, so little red one, or that's too big. This is going to be too big as well. No, that won't work. But I could do it like that. And like that. Let's see if I can figure out how to glue those together. Now, on the front, move those so that they're not... And I can add more as well. On the front, I am going to slide this down so it's got more room at the top. And I'm going to use Barely Arts to glue all the envelope flaps in. All right. And I think I wound up sliding that up. I was going to put that closer to the bottom, but... And then I wanted this. Oh. Okay, that's the front. Let's put that in there for now. So if I'm doing this, I want to put something in here because it's blank. So let's do that before I glue it on. Oh, sorry, Santa. And again, sorry. Cut his toes off. And that should be about deep enough. A little bit more. All right, that fits. That doesn't really show that bow very well. But let's run with it. There we go. And now I can't remember how I wanted to do that. I feel like I cut that piece of paper just the smallest bit too big. Like that. Just like that. Is it like that? Yes. It was like that. And I could... That would work really well. Because one of these angles more or less lines up with the under pocket. Like the one pocket lines up. It's a little bit shorter than the top one. But I kind of like that. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to live dangerously, and I'm going to pull out my glue stick. Whoa. And try to make that even, because that's always a really good thing, to have your envelopes even. Even. Go even. Wow. Okay. That didn't go even. So I'm thinking that would be the front bit. And then how did I have that? Like so? I think like so. No, I did not have that like so. I did have that like so. I might have a glimmer of an idea what I'm doing now. But, you know, don't count on it. Yeah. Part of it is that, like, I want lots of little flap bits. Like, I want them to kind of go back and forth. And I get started and I get going and they all seem to go one direction, or they don't flap, or I have big ones inside little ones and then they won't open or shut. And I'm like, so frustrating. So I'm going to try to do this without really moving anything. So that one will go like so. So that will be my front. This will be the front cover, and this will be like a cover over the front cover. So then, don't go anywhere. So then this one will come here like so. And then what I'll do is I'll put a digital on this silver side in order to cover this flap. If you wanted to, you could just glue down a portion of the flap and leave it completely looking like a flap and use it as a tuck spot. Because this is silver and a little bit special, I would rather cover it than leave it open, because this cream color is just like a boring, normal, run-of-the-mill average envelope. And I'm back to using just my Bearly Arts again. So that will go like so. If you're not covering any of the envelopes, you could ink around absolutely everything if you wanted to. Now I am also going to glue this envelope down on here before I do anything else so it doesn't fall off. That's been another one of my problems, is as I move it around, things fall off and then I can't remember where I wanted things. I think I mentioned at the beginning, but just in case I didn't, I will be giving this journal away at the end of the month. I'll be doing decorating, and I'll probably do some videos as I go along. And when I'm all done, I'll do a draw on my final flip through video where I give it away. And that's already glued on. So this one, just stay there and behave yourself. Just don't move. This is going to glue in here on the back of this. I'm probably not on frame, I'm sorry. Like so. And then slip that in there. Like, go in. I said you're going in there. There you go. You behave yourself, kind of. And then this one here is going to go in here like this. But let's put something on this before we do that. So just slide over there like that and sit. Let's use that one. That goes really nicely with that red, and then the gold kind of picks up that yellowy gold color in the digital. I'm gonna trim that with my ruler because I didn't do a very good job cutting a straight line. And I think for this one, I'm going to put glue on the flap. Living dangerously using glue stick. Go like so. Try to get that so that it's inside that little line just a hair. And I am going to cut it kind of like so. Bit like so. Should give me enough to come inside like so. Oh yeah, that works. So let's move that out of the way, like so. Put glue stick. Oh, lots and lots and lots of glue stick, and I'm going to hate myself for doing this because it's going to stick inside my envelope and I'm going to be not happy. And then add glue along the edges here to ensure that I have enough. And wish me luck. Oh. It actually worked without like being mean to me. Go figure. And where's that burnishy thing? That goes that way. And then that goes that way. Okay, okay, so those are all done. So then this one just comes like so over that. And because of the shape of that, let us do that as a tuck spot. So I'm going to put glue here along one edge up part way up the round. And you might not be able to see this because it's of the where it is on the camera, but I'm doing the same at the bottom. And then I'm going to put a line of glue along the fold, because if you put something in the tuck spot, if I don't glue it, it might come out the bottom of the tuck spot. So this way it's a tuck spot and not just, I don't know, a thing. So that goes like so. So now we have a tuck spot here, and then this is like fully usable. So this is then the back, the way that it sits right now. So this is, so this is the front. So this is the flap from, oh, look. Ah, I haven't glued that in yet. So that goes in there. So how... Then this one, the tricky one, where did it go again? This one, goes inside that one. I got these envelopes years ago at the thrift store. I guess not years ago, probably like 2 years ago. Maybe longer ago than that, because I moved here 2 years ago, so it would probably be like 2.5 or even 3 years ago. Okay, years ago. And I've never seen any. I've looked and looked and looked for these silver and gold, envelopes, and I have not seen them anywhere ever again, which is disappointing because I only have so many of them and I love them. And last year I gave them away as well. So this could come on the front, but I don't want it to be on the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue it the same way that I did the other one and make it into a tuck spot. So this is the same, this is just the flap of this envelope. So I don't need to, I will, because this is going to be, no, I don't need to, because nothing can come, it's a fold. Never mind, ignore me. So I'm going to put glue along the two edges and nothing more, like so, and just glue that like so. And like so. And if I don't have enough glue at a later point in time, if I find that tuck spot doesn't hold down, I'll put more glue further up around the little round part. Sometimes with the round tuck spots, they don't go nicely. So let's put a green envelope in here. No, not that one, because that's too big. It will hang out. You can see that that is bigger than the overall of the envelope journal. So I don't think, oh, I know what I've got. I have these cute little things. So let's put one of those in there like that. And then I might cover this. I don't know yet, because I'm not sure that I like this triangular part. And I think I mentioned that I would cover it, but again, I'm not positive whether I will. I probably, most likely I will. These envelopes are really, really thin, but they're so much fun with this green plaid, and they go quite well with this kit of Rach and Bella's. Put that in there, like so, and then I think that would fit as well. Or I have, ooh, look at those. Oh, those are cards. I got a whole pack of like little baby envelopes. Apparently it has a whole bunch of little baby cards too, from a thrift store. If you need envelopes, go to a thrift store. Let's put that like so. I know that seems to defeat the purpose, but this didn't have a lot of the green gingham on there, and this side does. So I will preserve this side and then cover this side with a digital. And then I could do, currently, no, I was going to say that's my front cover, but I did this before because I put this at the top. I don't like it as the front cover, so I'm going to make that my front cover because I can. So I could do, not that one, that's too big. So this one, the little one, and put it down below like that. Because I kind of like that offset like that. I like these envelopes. They're nice and heavy. These came in that same pack where I got all the small envelopes. I got them at a thrift store that was, there were two of them. One's in a community about 15 minutes away from me, and then one was here where I live, and the one where I live was closing down, and they sold all their inventory for like half price or something like that. So I got this stack of these little baby envelopes for something like 50 cents, and I got like about 5 or 6 times that many. So I have enough envelopes to make envelope journals for you guys until forever. Absolutely forever. I'm going to put the lid on my glue stick, and let's just assess and see if we've got enough Flippy Flappies, because we might not. Oh, I like that one. That might be the last one of those champagne ones that I have too. So, okay, if this is the front, it would open like so, and then like so, and then like so, and then you've got like more here, like this. Little tuck spot here. So that would be one section. Then it's going to open like this. You got a tuck spot here, got an envelope here, and here, and then this would open like so. You've got an envelope here and here, and then you're back like so. You could put more, obviously, like so. This wouldn't go down any further, I don't think. No, because of the size of that opening and the size of the envelope, it's only going to go about where the fold is. So if I put that in there, I have to be really super careful that I don't glue it too far down. And I think that would work really well. So I think I'm going to put that there. And then you get all my champagne envelopes. This is the last one of these pretty champagne colored ones. I really wish I could find more of them. I know they're Carlton by the logo. Beyond that, I've never seen them. I've looked in all the Christmas cards. I've looked in places like Walmart, and because Walmart sells Carlton cards. I've looked at the Superstore, which sells Carlton cards, and never seen any of these really pretty envelopes. Makes me sad. So this section does have 2 envelopes in this flap here, because this envelope is also in here, but you won't notice that, and especially not once it's covered. So again, front, and then if you were considering you were just going from the front, and then back, I guess you would call it. And front, back and front. And there's actually like, it's, to me, these are like a never ending, like where does it go from here? You could put signatures in, like in here, for example. You have definitely got room that you could put a signature in here. You could put a signature in here if you wanted to. you could put a signature in here, or yeah, I think those are the only locations that you could put a signature. You can also, you've got the opportunity with the bigger envelopes. You could come like so and add an envelope that came like so. You would need to make sure that the smaller envelopes come inside. So you could go like so and put another, like a bigger envelope on top if you wanted to. But because this is my front cover, I don't want to do that because I don't want this line to interrupt this beautiful color, because this gives us lots of opportunity for decoration. And as soon as you put this on it, you've got to do something to cover that up. But you could put it, okay, you couldn't put it there. You could put it, say, here. That would be a place where you could put it because it would fit. It's going to open and shut. You could put it inside here, like so. And that should open and shut. Yep. You could put it there. You could definitely put it there. If you put it here, you've got more flap stuff starting. Like if I put it like so, then I can put stuff like, oh, okay, let's do it that way. Or I could do it, no, do it like that. And definitely takes less time if you use glue stick. Or if I topped up my Barely Arts, that would help. This is one of those glue erasers. You can get these at Dollarama, or Dollar Tree, sorry, at Dollar Tree. So having done that, now I can take and add another one here, like so. And I've got lots of red ones, and I keep wanting to put a green one in. So let's see if the green one will fit. Yes, the green one will fit. These envelopes are also really, really lightweight. I'm not sure where I got these. Probably the thrift store, because that's where most of my stuff comes from. Right, so we can put that on there like so. and hope that that doesn't glue shut. I will put something in to cover that white, and also here to cover the white, like so. So that's a fairly decent size. It gives you lots of little flappy bits. And I can definitely add, like there's room to add more. Like this could have a flap. Yeah, this part could have a flap because it doesn't go anywhere. That has now got a flap where it didn't before. That's got a flap. And then this one I won't because it's the cover. And there aren't very many on what would be the back side, especially because I use like little envelopes here. If I had used bigger envelopes, I would have been able to do more of the flaps. So what I could do is conceivably glue back to this so that it doesn't come over on the front, to add more, so that there's more flaps on what would be the back side of that. In all my faffing about, hopefully there was something in there that you could take away for how to do an envelope journal. If you're like I am and they kind of twist your head a little bit, things to keep in mind is always put your smaller envelopes kind of like on the outside of things so that they're the last thing you place. So work bigger to smaller. So your biggest envelopes kind of go together and your smallest envelopes play off of that. If all your envelopes are the same size, don't worry about it. Just like stack them until you like how many little flappy bits you have, and then you're done. So again, like I said earlier in the video, I'm doing a giveaway. Draw will be the 14th of November. All the details are in the last video I did, but I'm going to be giving away things like these little bookmarks. They're magnetic. I will be giving away, these are paper bag tags or tabs. They have little things on them. You could glue them to your journal page. Along here you could, yeah, there's so many. You could paper clip them in the little fold of it. Some of these are handmade. There are like, there's this little folio thing. There are journal cards. There are more journal cards. I was playing around with a master board that I found on my desk and a flower cut, so I may decorate these up and make little clusters. This thing here is full of like tags and clusters and journal cards, little baby journal cards, hidden paper clips. There's all kinds of stuff in here. So I will give you potentially the contents of a bin. I have no idea yet exactly how much will be in it. But there's only 4 entries, so you have a really good chance of winning at this point, or being chosen to win my birthday gift. So until next time, have a lovely crafty day. Bye.